Zergling's going to be trying to swing in from the back as quickly as possible at this point. Scan does drop though on the front. A few Marines get caught out of position, get Banelinged to death, and now the Marines going to be pushing up here, taking out another base once again. But Fishlips has other bases going up in other positions, so this could be very, very interesting. Indeed. And who is Pork Kamat? Oh my god. I bet it's like my brother or something. He is a troll. Troll indeed, and DBS now. But at the same time though, Mutalisk is going to be pushing into the front base of DBS here. A lot of Banelings did go off and clean up a lot, and wow, this base is going to be completely forfeit. All the SCVs really need to retreat to this lone missile turret, but these Mutalisks are in such numbers that they can take out the missile turret despite the repairing of those SCVs, so now losing a lot of SCVs at this point. And let me just check, the workers killed 54 to 36. All the forces of DBS are forced to retreat now, stimming in, trying to take out as many as possible. Oh my god, so many Mutalisks falling to these stimmed Marines. That just melts. Only 4 Mutalisks left. That is pretty big at this point, as right now Fishlips really doesn't have the economy to be able to replenish this, and I feel that this is really Fishlips' weakness in this ZVT. Just the fact that he doesn't drone up fully at some of his bases, and it can leave him in really odd positions. So now DBS is looking in a fantastic position to push out. These Zerglings are not going to be enough to be able to, but that's a lot of Banelings. They're going to be pushing in here, taking out maybe a lot of these Marines. Marines stimming back. All the Banelings explode on the siege tanks and Thors, and more Banelings yet rolling through, but the Marines are left to barely clean up the Mutalisks. Oh my god, 7 Marines remain, and oh wow, 4 medevacs fly in from another another direction, so that's all good. But at the same time, look at this, macroing up like a boss. DB has a lot of units to be able to reinforce with this, and now Fishlips is looking to potentially go 2-0 down in this best of 3, losing out on a chance to go through to the semi-finals. This is very, very interesting indeed. We'll have to see, as DBS looks in such a fantastic position right now. As I said before, securing his expansion here, but a lot of drones actually being forfeit at this point. DBS just done such a great job throughout this entire game of just putting pressure on constantly. Going to be stimming it once again, wants to try and supply lock Fishlips' buddy here, but at this point he's going to just, actually, going to be able to take out quite a few of these Spine Crawlers. Spine Crawlers do so good against Marines, but in these kinds of numbers, it's really not the best idea. Wants to focus down those Banelings as quickly as possible, moves them back, stims back in order to try and get out of the fire of the Banelings, but the Baneling goes off on some of the Marines, and now these Banelings are going to be able to kill the rest of the Marines. Yes, they do. So Fishlips barely cleans this attack up, whilst DBS meanwhile has just been, once again rallying like a boss, going to be stimming up, trying to take out a few more of these Mutalisks, but only rendezvousing with a lone medevac here, trying to find a good opening. And this is going to be interesting indeed. Meanwhile, though, there is a little bit of a drop at this expansion. Fishlips doing a little bit of cleanup duty here, but Marines going to be moving in here, trying to take out this expansion as quickly as possible. Marines do so much damage when stimmed, especially with those 2-2 upgrades, and now the Zerglings just going to try and run in for a bit of a cleanup job at this point. They're not stimmed, really needs to re-stim at that point, or a little bit earlier, but does not. And now cleans that up pretty darn well, as DBS, this is just so back and forth, but look at this, Fishlips, this is the same story as last game. Fishlips kind of had a lot of bases, but, well, I mean, he didn't in the last game, as DBS did a fantastic job of clearing things up, but Fishlips is just so far down on supply in comparison to DBS. I really feel that DBS has a very good grip on this matchup, and has done such a great job of constantly poking in, doing some great damage here and there, and now Fishlips is just falling apart. DBS has Fishlips' number, taking out more Mutalisks at this point, and wow, this is just ridiculous. So now Fishlips, DBS even, going to be dropping a few mules down at this expansion here, wants to keep himself going. He is happy to be 100 supply ahead, doesn't even give a damn. He is just going to power up once again, just get more ahead. DBS is, really impressing me over this past week. He's been in just such great positions against players like Fishlips, and has done, just a fantastic job of macroing up, keeping the game going. And Fishlips just hasn't had an answer for it. He's been floundering in essence for these past 2 games. More Stim Marines going to be going up here. Do you wonder how life will be? What? Oh my god!